welcome to 4F Beauty. When will I be YouTube famous? I don't know, but while I'm waiting for that to happen, we got a foundation review today, and it's a new product for me. I have never used a cushion foundation before, and this one is from a company called Missha. They're Korean. I've got the lightest shade they do. Now, I can only find 2 shades of this, which is one of the issues with Korean makeup. They only tend to have 2, 3. If you're lucky, they'll have 4 shades. But if you are one of the paler people that can wear Korean makeup and you want to see how that cushion foundation does on my oily combo skin, you're in exactly the right place. Don't go anywhere. Here comes the review. Hey, welcome back from the intro. As I've probably already shown you, I'm trying out a cushion foundation today. Now, I've never used one of these before, but I saw that Taylor use it. This is by Missha, or Missha, and it's the Magic Cushion Cover. This is in the lightest shade they do, which is 21. There's a little clasp here that you open up, nice little mirror, this little puff thing, and then this bit opens up here, and oh, okay. Remove the sticker for use, close the compact tightly after use. Well, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Let's take that sticker off, stick it somewhere. And underneath you've got this cushion. That's looking a bit dark. This could be a bad foundation day. Now, Taylor used this because she said she found that best to work with. I don't like these little things. They kind of. My face is washed, moisturised, and primed with my usual. So I'm going to get a flat topped kabuki brush. I think I'll use this one from Tarte, and I'm going to try brush one side and I'm going to try sponge the other, and if I have to I'll use this thing, but I'm hoping I don't need to. Well, it's picking foundation up, so let's zoom in a little bit closer. Actually, that's a lot lighter than it looks in the compact. I might be lucky with it. It might work. Guys, it might work. Well, it does depend how much it's going to oxidise during the day. As always, people see the middle of your face first, so start your foundation there and blend it out. It's actually blending out quite a long way. Bear in mind I only tapped that in there a little bit. Have another little top up. It definitely smells like Korean makeup. It has that kind of very, very light perfume smell. I mean, you can definitely see the difference between the side that I've done and the side that I haven't. Alright, let's have a go with my sponge. So how's your day been today? Hope it's a good one. I hope it's been a good one if you're at the end of your day. This is definitely going on with the sponge, okay. I think it's giving me slightly sheerer coverage though, but then that's hardly surprising. Sponges soak up quite a bit of the moisture, don't they, from your foundation. give that a minute just to dry down a little bit. Very Peter Mon, isn't it, with my fan? It dries down quite quickly. Still a little bit tacky. I don't know, what do you think? Which side looks... I think I prefer the brush side, so let's see if we can build this up over itself a little bit and get a little bit deeper coverage. Let's see what we get. I've used Korean BB creams before, and I like those. The only problem, of course, with Korean makeup is they only tend to have either 2 or 3 shades. I could only see 2 on Amazon when I bought this. So it's basically super fair and then a little bit darker. If you are a person of colour, you're not going to find your match in Korean makeup. Because they literally just cater to the majority of Korean skin, which does tend to be on the fairer side. But if you are super fair, you can get some really nice BB creams, Korean ones, which with Korean makeup it always feels so light on your face, and this does, it feels really, really light. It doesn't feel like it feels more like a BB cream, but it is actually giving more coverage. I mean, it's offering some coverage on these freckles that I've got down here. It's doing reasonably well at covering up visitor. They always arrive when you don't want them, don't they? And it did quite a good job of covering up these darker circles under my eyes. I think that's probably about as... I don't think I'm going to get it any higher coverage than I've got now, which I'd call this light medium. So let's just close this back down again and put a little puffy thing on top. Close compact. You know, whenever I use creams on a brush, I always have a face wipe and clean it off straight away. Partly because it makes your deep clean an awful lot easier come the end of the week. Also means if you want to use the same brush again tomorrow, you can, and the bristles aren't too clumped, and you don't get, if you're trying out a new foundation, it's not affected by the fact that you've still got foundation on it from the previous day. And it extends the wear time, the overall life of your brushes. I mean, this Real Techniques brush, which still looks good as new, still performs good as new, I've had about 3 years now. So I just tend to get the thickest of the foundation out of the brush. You can see it's still got some on there, but I just take the thickest of it out. Right, don't want to go for too heavy a concealer today. So let's have a go with my Catrice Liquid Camouflage in Porcelain. This is one that I picked up because Tati, Glam Life Guru, recommended it. Again, if you're in the UK, Amazon is your friend. I can only find it on Amazon. There were some on eBay, but the sellers, when you looked at some of their feedback, they've been sending out some dodgy stuff. So it's better just to, be sensible if you're buying off of eBay. You can get genuine stuff, but you can also get fleeced. As you know, I use a flat foundation brush for smoothing out my concealer, and I don't use a separate eyelid primer. I just carry my face primer across my eyes, foundation, concealer, and then set it, and that works fine for me. And I've got quite oily eyelids, I've got oily combo skin, and that will hold my eyeshadow till the end of the day. I mean, you'll have seen, if you look at some of my other foundation reviews, you know, you can see after 10 hours my eyeshadow still looks good, it's not overly creased or anything. If you've got very, very dry eyes, you may need a separate eyelid primer, unless you've got a really, really, really good moisturiser. Right, so this is foundation and concealer. Doesn't appear to be oxidising and matches my chest well, so that's good, because I've got hyperpigmentation on my face from bumps and bruises that I picked up over the years when I was playing rugby, and spots that I picked as a teenager, because we all do it even though we're told we shouldn't. Right, I'm going to disappear off because I have got another film that I need to review on a new palette that arrived today from Pretty Little Secrets, so I need to go and do a first impression on that. I will be back very quickly for you, and I'll have a lot more colour on my face. It is, I'm actually remembering to give you a check-in time, it's 10 to 12. So that's our check-in time for this one, and I will see you in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Hey, I'm back. As you can see, much more colourful. I used this Pretty Little Secrets palette that I picked up over Easter. I've got no idea when I'm making this live, so it could be a long time after Easter that you're seeing this video. Anyway, it's 12:30, so this has been on for 40 minutes so far. Doesn't appear to have oxidised at all. So I will see you again at the first check-in, which for you is instant. For me, I've got a few hours to wait, so don't go anywhere. Hey, it's just coming up 5 o'clock, so this has been on just under 5 hours. Check-in number 1. Let's zoom in, see how it's doing. Settling quite badly in those lines, even in the less deep line here. It's you can see it's split and it's settled. Still quite hydrated under my eyes though. Splitting quite badly here. I'm rubbing off the side of my nose. Really patchy and crackly here. Really broken down here. Around here you can see. I mean, the base products over here are still doing fine. Not too bad in that small line, but settled quite heavily in this one, which makes it look so much worse than this one does. It's starting to go off on my chin, but at least it's going quite gracefully off on my chin. At the moment, sort of, this is the worst bit. Let's scoot you back out. I think you've seen a close-up of me quite enough for 1 minute. Yeah, it's really broken down on my nose, which, I mean, we know my nose is always the first place for it to go. It wasn't the heaviest of coverage in the first place, and the fact it's broken down quite that badly and is really, really settling in even the finer lines after 5 hours doesn't bode well for my late night check-in. But as always with foundation reviews, I don't blot, I don't add more powder, I don't do anything to the foundation at all. All I do is top my lippy up if it needs it during the day. So so far so. Alright, I've got a few hours to go yet before I do my next check-in. You're going to find out what this is like right now. Hey, welcome back to the final check-in. Diddle-diddle, diddle-diddle. Right, it is just coming up 10:15, so this has been on, getting on for 10.5 hours now. So let's have a zoom in and see what it's looking like. Still settling in those lines, but doesn't really seem to have got any worse since earlier. Still quite hydrated here actually, and the concealer doesn't seem to have worn off too much. Quite a bit of transfer here though from my mascara, which is a bit odd. Really blotchy here, and here. You can really see where my oils have come through and just completely broken it down. Nothing on my top lip left at all. Pretty much all off my chin now as well. Still got bronzer and blush though, so right, let's come back out again. So my final thoughts on Missha Magic Cushion Korean foundation. Do I like it? It's difficult. It looked really nice to start with for the first few hours. By sort of 5 hours though, it had already broken down significantly. You know, even sort of blotting and reapplying powder wouldn't have saved it. So I think if you've got dry skin or normal skin, then maybe it might work for you. But like I said, I can only find 2 shades of it, so you've got to have the right type of skin and you've got to have the super pale or kind of like, you know, sort of medium light tan skin just to be able to find a colour that matches. If you've got any kind of oils on your skin, you can see what's happened with me. It's just completely broken the foundation down. It hasn't even, although it's worn off from my chin quite gracefully, with my nose it's just, it really looks scrappy and messy. So I can't recommend it. I really can't. I know that Taylor tried it and she loved it, but she is on medication at the moment for her acne, which has changed her skin from oily to dry, so that could be why it worked for her. If you've got dry skin and if you're one of the 2 shades that they produce, then yeah, I mean, maybe give it a go with that little puff pad thing in it. It'd be great for touch-ups during the day, you know, pop it in your handbag. Less likely to spill everywhere if you're travelling, but if you've got any kind of oils on your skin, I'd avoid it like the plague, to be quite honest. So, hope you found that helpful. Perhaps you'd like to hit the like button, comment, subscribe. If you do subscribe, don't forget to click the bell, and then you get told every time I upload another video. So, have a good rest of your day, night, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it is, whatever part of the world you're in, whatever time zone you're in. Have a good one, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.